Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy to Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Academy में
Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
Sure, you'll agree that all of us have a brain. We have both a left and right brain, and together we call this the whole brain. This is something you probably know. You might also have heard that some people use more of their left brain, which means they tend to be logical, systematic, and analytical in their thinking, while others are right-brainers, tending to be creative, emotional, and intuitive. However, one fact you might not know is that we also have a midbrain. Your midbrain is thought to act as a bridge between your left and right brain. Having an active midbrain will widen the channel of communication between the left and right brain, so that the left and right brain can communicate more effectively and efficiently with each other, leading to a more balanced use of our whole brain. And what does this more balanced use lead to? Typically, better memory, focus, creativity, and motor skills, more self-confidence, greater emotion control, and supersensory perception. Your midbrain is typically dormant after the age of about 6, so how do we reactivate the midbrain? There are many ways to do so. However, we believe the most effective method is through a special set of sound waves. An amazing phenomenon that occurs once the midbrain is activated is the ability to sense the environment without using your eyes. The other senses, namely hearing, touch, smell, and taste, are heightened to the extent that, without using sight, you may still be able to read, a phenomenon called blindfold reading.
Almond Brain Academy is in the same compound that we live in. I kept visiting, I kept seeing the institute, but I never visited inside it. And I never knew what was going on. I thought it's some kind of classes or something. But then once I happened to, visit there, and I had a word with Tanvi ma'am and Darshan sir, and both of them explained me the entire concept of how Almond Brain Academy helps kids bring out the best in them. There are certain kids who are good at oratory skills, there are certain kids who are good at memory, there are certain kids who are good at writing. So it is, by enhancing that positive into them, by giving them that confidence that they have, they help them in a certain way. So it was really impressive, and the way they explained me how the left and the right brain work and how it helps us into all our different activities, it was really nice to know, and then I got my son enrolled there.
Then we learned from a friend that there is some brain academy going on around. So we tried and asked for it. So it was, then again to our surprise, it was just running in our own building. So then we went for it and said this will make the child at least, even if it makes him a 10% better, we are okay with that.
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy to Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Academy में
Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
As the academy is forecasting that your child will be doing so and so things, if we join the academy, and there will be they are giving a skill of entrepreneurship and all that thing.
One of my friend, she suggested me 2 years back, her son was going there. To know about Almond from one of my friends. She had enrolled her son who was 4 years old, and she told us about it. And after the course, we could find a lot of difference, a lot of good change in her son. So that is how we came to know about Almond, and we approached them.
And they are always very enriching, very enlightening, and they have always something new to explain. The way they explain is so easy to remember, so easy to imbibe. There are the very little few things that we sometimes miss as a parent or as a guardian, and then they bring us to our notice. The food that they eat, the alkaline content in the food, and everything was so beautifully explained that even the kid knows that okay, there are certain foods which are not good for you, and there are certain foods which are good for you. And all the other ways that you can develop your concentration power, the way you can meditate and use it in your daily life.
The faculties, Darshan sir and Tanvika are really good. They are very supportive and they are very cooperative. If we have any queries or if we have any questions regarding our child's development and any confusions, they really give a lot of time to us and clear all the misunderstandings, all the confusions, and they help us a lot.
I like their motivation and self-involvement, and they are very kind and humble to each and every child and even parents also.
They are kind, they are aggressive in teaching, share a course, completing the course. They are very helpful.
Faculty at Almond Brain Academy are very nice people. They know the subject very well. And one important thing is that the students which are coming there are very small students. So they actually know how to take the courses and all. And they do it very playfully, so that even the students doesn't get bored. There is a lively atmosphere over there. And second thing, another thing we found out, they are very caring towards the students. That's what we have found out. So parents, when they send their children over there, they are also comfortable. They also feel that yes, this is the right place. They can send the students. Because ultimately, this whole thing is related to the brain power and all. So this has to be very cautiously handled, and I think the faculty is doing a very well job over there at Almond Academy.
They are very helpful and cooperative, basically.
I once attended a session where the kids were taught blindfold.
So first we have to take this and then tie it on our eyes. We shall not cover our ears. Then we have to take one pillow and put it in our eyes. Then the second pillow. Now I have to recognize this ball's color, and I will tell you. The first step is this. Then the second step, we have to rub here. Third step, to hear this voice. Fourth step, we have to smell the shall smell it with D. Then I have to recognize the shadow of the ball. Now I have recognized the shadow and my brain is telling that this color is green. This color is red. This color is pink. And this color is blue. Which color? Color brown.
Very good. Correct. Right pink. Very good. Left pink. Very good. Perfect. Orange, red. Very good. Very fish. Very good. S. Very good. Perfect.
They came across a group of monkeys. The fox had called them and asked what they do. Just a tiger opened his mouth and then monkey and so they moved like shit. They happened to say a lot of tiger. The fox again said, called the yes and asked how to come. The question
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy. Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Academy में
Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy. The way they were recognizing the colors and everything, it really touched me. Our mind has immense power. It is only upon us how we utilize that power. It really struck me so well that that there should be more of such programs where the inner strength of our mind, of the kids' mind, can be brought out. It really did touch me.
It has helped to an extent, and if I would say I am not totally as I have expected, but the results have come in the unexpected area also. His behavior has changed, say about some percentage, but I am seeing a positive change in him. But definitely it has made him a bit more confident than he was.
Limited time since he has joined Almond Brain Academy, and but I see a lot of changes in him in a way that he started accepting things the way they are. He has become more receptive to what others are saying. Earlier he was only a speaker. Now he is trying his level best to be a listener also. A speaker can be a good speaker once he is a good listener. He is trying his level best to do that. I could make out the difference in him. He is trying to listen out to things other people have to say. And somewhere, yes, his concentration has increased because I see a little change in the way he studies. So we have a math teacher who comes home and he also has given me the same feedback about him, that earlier and now there's a difference in him concentrating on his studies. There has been a marked difference in his concentration and focus. Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy. Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Academy में
Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy. Almond Brain Academy.
ताकि मेरा गुस्सा कम होए, मेरा कंसंट्रेशन लेवल बढ़ जाए और मैं छोटे छोटे बातों पे ना रहूं। मैं अभी ज़्यादा गुस्सा नहीं करती, जिसके अगर मेरे फ्रेंड्स मुझे चिढ़ाते तो मैं उनको रिएक्ट नहीं करती, मैं चुप बैठती हूँ। और मैं जिसकी मम्मी ने ये लिया नहीं तो मैं रोती नहीं हूँ।
पहले मेरे ग्रेड्स इतना अच्छे नहीं आते थे, भी आते हैं। और पहले मैं थोड़ा क्रैंकी होती थी, अब मैं नहीं हूँ। मैं चाहती हूँ कि सब लोग एलमंड ब्रेन अकेडमी में आना, सब लोग इंटेलिजेंट हो।
वेरी गुड। बिकॉज आई वांट टू शार्प माय ब्रेन। माय टेम्पर वाज लो एंड आई स्टार्टेड ईटिंग वेजिटेबल्स एंड आई स्टार्टेड स्टडिंग।
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy. Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Academy में
Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.
Almond Brain Academy.